Alright, so everyone, welcome to the stream. Continuing along with the Valentine's art piece, now cropped by a bit. Okay, so essentially there just needs to be color in one spot, and then color back there, those little vertical cup thingies. Then you do something about the background. Still not too sure exactly how to do the background, but going to give these sliced roll cakes some color. Okay, let's go with pink. That's not too offensive if I go with unsaturated kind of pink here, right? Why is this not? Okay. Why is that not working? Oh, we're just not gonna question it. Alright, okay, where are we? Back. Display this part. Actually, maybe we'll use this pink. Oh boy. Alright, and turn this off. Make sure that's not interfering with anything as we go down here. Oh boy. I love doing it from the same layer. Alright, just paint that part in, paint that part in. And we'll just color that back in. Okay, so that part exists. Realistically, there should be like something against the edge of this tray, but whatever. It's not the key important detail part of the image. The key important detail part of the actual display case is right in the middle here. So honestly, these ones here can be kind of very casually done, and it really doesn't matter. We're just gonna give you a generic kind of yellowy, creamish color, I think. Why is some of the color leaking? Okay. Alright, so before I go around to mess with the remaining portion, the largely problematic part of the back portion, I need to do something about this. So the idea I have is to just use a bunch of block colors and just kind of try and layer them on top of each other. Do I have a actual wall line? I don't, do I? Well, let's say that the back wall is... Where is my... Is it snapping? Hello there, how you doing? It's a pen. I'm just going to draw this across. Can I cut this line? Okay. Cut that. No, cut this as well. And then we'll just draw this up to here. It's a little thicker than it was before because I'm using what I was using to draw a thumbnail. But yeah, that does matter. Okay. Draw that up. Okay, that's basically where the wall. So we don't need you, you, and you. Clear the lines a little bit. I'm gonna need to draw some color into here, even if it's not very much in general. What the heck is happening here? that. Cut this line and we'll just bring this down. I think I need to do something about this. Alright, go bring that. Oh. Bring that down, bring this the rest of the way across, then bring that down. Close enough. I just need to get some colors in here, it doesn't need to be super accurate. If I can close it off, I should close it off, but beyond that... do I need a front to this part? Not really, right? Because I guess I do for the sake of using a full bucket. Let's go this. And we'll just close that off. And okay, so this basically gives us a outline of what could be a shop. Let's just say that the back side of that against the walls right there, and we'll say that you go up to there maybe. Sure. The lines are super messy, but hopefully what should happen is that once I just fill it in with a bunch of block colors, that everything will just kind of stick together. As long as my lines are like at least at a minimal level of cleanness. I think if I draw one here and one here, I'll close that off, and then I just need to draw this underneath this part that sticks out. Essentially, there should be a line. Why you do that? God damn it. Where's this go to? Is that too far out? No, I guess it's not really. Just bring that in, bring this in a bit more. I'm just gonna bend my pen a little bit. What the heck is happening here? I'm gonna draw that across, and we'll draw a line across like that. So once these lines are like at least mildly cleaned up, it will get the job done. I did draw these lines pretty roughly when I first did this, because I just needed a whole bunch of block shapes. How can I fix this? I could just fix it like this. Cut this line. Good enough. How many of these lines don't matter is also a question. Alright, what the crap is happening over here? What the... That's a mod issue. The fact that these don't need to be perfect shapes is something I should probably keep in mind, and just not clean these up as much as I am. Well, don't make them as precise as I am. Just the really egregious ones, and honestly call it a day from there. Alright, so we're just kind of gonna give everything a whole bunch of colors, essentially. Basically, all of it is just gonna be block colors. And what I would ideally like is for it to just kind of be able to blend together. So we'll go with color. Okay, what is a kind of very wood color that you would use in a shop? Maybe about here? Was very varnished, and maybe about here. You want something that isn't offensive to look at. So, maybe we'll go with that. Let's say the shop interior, let's say, I did see a dessert shop that used a lot of blue. So let's say the back is completely blue. We'll just make the counter here one block, just to simplify things a little bit. And we will say that these tables belong, but using a bit of, actually no, we'll use a bit of red inside of the counter shapes, or the table shapes. So you'll be these kind of red shapes here. Then we have our light fixture. Let's see. We're just going to cut a whole bunch of these lines, because honestly this is just one giant shape to begin with. Light fixture, we want a warm kind of orange, so still want to keep it not too saturated. Let's go something more towards yellow. I'll go with something like that. And then we want counter space, but we still kind of want to keep it within these general colors. So let's then take a kind of creamy-ish yellow. I'm going to use that for the actual counter, or the plank, essentially, where the things are. Just going to kind of blend that in. Then we're going to actually use some more wild colors here, where we want to basically slap in a bunch of colors for some, well, essentially be products. Let's go you maybe. Oh, and I need to also color. Let's just use you again, put you here. Let's say we have a green maybe over here. Maybe not so much gray in there. We'll just go like that. We'll go like that. And maybe we'll go like that. Then let's say we have a yellow in here maybe, and we'll just go like that. Like that. And we'll also do you. Then, what do we not have here? Let us take a kind of purpley pink. And we're just going to color you in. Then, what I think I want to do is turn that off. So what happens if I have this sitting behind everything? Okay, what happens if I just straight give this a Gaussian blur? Okay, so basically it's too bright. I'm still gonna get to do some basic shading on these parts and maybe some light sources. Sure. Let's see how that works. I don't get that, like, hold up, let me just see if I can find, let's see, behind the last bits. It's just, is this just doing reflective light, or is it actually how to... Well, that's a bit intense for what I need. Because I have a flat surface type of glass here that I'm working with, not this very rounded type. Because usually you put refractions on the thicker bits that curve. This looks very like painty kind of paint. Alright, I think we're just gonna try and do some bits of shading and lighting and just see if I can make it somewhat work. So, we're saying that this light in particular hits the top of the surface and won't effectively hit the bottom of this very much. Maybe I should just use like a hot gray instead of this color. So we want to lighten it around the edges. We might even want to go and add a reflection of light to the top of this. Not the bread brush, so we should change away from that. Probably better if I just use gradients instead of trying to work this in somewhat manually. Is this snapping? Why did I just do that and snapping? Well, that's aggressive. I still got a light source coming right down top of that. So for here, the light source is going to be hitting from the top. See a seam here. Alright, well then. So the light source will be hitting from the top here, so we're gonna go maybe something like that. I think the light will mostly get to it, so we would actually want very little here. Where it'll generally hit this. And then we want a minimal amount on here as well, where it'll kind of hit the whole of this. Then let's say we add a tiny little bit here and here onto that corner. Give us a mixture of contrast. So here we're going to say that it really doesn't hit this side. We might say like it hits a little bit, like actually right down here against the corner. But this side's being covered and this side's away from the light. Then this is where the top part of this is actually going to be the most covered because it's got a little ridge above it. We have this little bit of a U shape here because the light is actually going across from not the back of the room. I'm gonna go like that. All the highlights are floating. Hold on, let's turn that off. Then we want to go into here, same deal as below, where this side is not being hit at all. Into here, where we kind of want to, once again, kind of... Actually, this is not brought in at all. Whoops. Okay, I'm just gonna change this, hold up. We're just gonna make it so that you instead. Should be a bit further back, shouldn't it? Well, basically, we want this to come in earlier. We need this to go like that. Okay, that should be alright. Bop. Bop. Okay, there we go. So now there's actually like a ridge here, and this will have to do this. Then you would have to go here. Oh, there's a seam. And then you would have to go... Where's the G button? Here. What the fuck is happening down here? I just noticed this. What? Honestly, it also kind of looks like a stain. It doesn't actually look that bad, which is really ironic. Why is it a different color? I'm literally color picking from right next to it. Corner of the wall, like that. Oh jeez. Get that female there. Okay. Let's say is that for that color. Now let's take these. Just gonna color this twice and get this more saturated color to work with. So these will not be hit by much darkness in general for this part. Maybe like right on the edge here. And maybe right on the edge on the other side as well. It'll be much darker on the opposing side. So what we'll probably want is to lighten this most of the way, except for like right against the inside. Like so. Alright, now up here, the fun bit is that in the... Well, I don't have a line here. Okay, well, I don't actually need the line, but... Then the bottom part, which would be fully dark because it's away from the light. Then, once again, on the underside... Actually, this underbelly is actually high up enough. The fact that my light hangs a little bit low, that we might have a little bit of light hitting the back, or the front bit here, but definitely not into the back. And this front part, once again, we can just give it a very light tap on the edge. Anything else that's this color? No? I hope I should actually give it an overlay over the whole thing. Oh, like that. We want to do all this. We want to go like that. We're gonna lighten. Oh, we want to darken that. We want to lighten here. Hum. Do that. We do multiply. Go like that. Do that, and make that mostly light. Let's do that. Alright. Alright. So we need to go take this, go into maybe here. Go like that. Maybe turn that down a tad. Hum. Gonna just put that around the wall, around the light area. We'll just do that as well. Oh yeah, I haven't done the light yet. Let's see. So I just need to make the whole of this basically glow. And then I need to actually create a light. We would kind of just want to brush Can I use a very saturated color here instead? Does that help? I mean, that makes them more orange. It does. Wait, I haven't done the floor yet. Alright, let's see. Ready? Hmm. Make it darker as it goes around there. Make it lighter as it gets past these big objects. This is actually gonna, no, this is actually right straight down, so this actually will be quite bright. Hum. Hello there. The same reason people don't go to work 7 days a week. Let's see. Okay, so what I want ideally is that once... Actually, hold on. Let us also apply a wood texture here. We're not gonna make good use of it, I think. But it will give a little bit of extra texture to this. Okay, I don't know about that one. If I did every day live, I would literally go insane. I generally do 5 days, and if I'm feeling okay, then I might do 6. But, given my general health, 6 is honestly questionable these days. Might be able to just do a big texture and just drop the opacity as much as I can here. The only people who stream every day are the people who do it for a living. And even then, that's probably the people who really want to... who genuinely really love streaming and can actually do it 7 days. Basically, any other person would be looking for a way to not have to stream and still be able to create content. Okay, we'll put that wood texture there. It looks okay. We're still gonna blur the absolute crap out of it, so it's not that big a problem. Let's try and layer the other one onto the wall. Okay, let's turn off you and you. Just gonna turn off this wall. What is that light? You? Okay, so here, and we're gonna just drop this wood texture on top of it. Do that, do that. Just give it a little bit of a texture back. I don't know about the texture back here. This is the Valentine drawing, this is the back. I'm just trying to figure out the best way to go about it. So I'm gonna merge this all down before I do the any kind of blur. Okay, how outrageous is this? How much does it stick out right now? It sticks out a bit. Yeah, it sticks out quite a bit. Let me just put this all to a folder. This is the back. There hasn't been another one. There's only been one. Can I directly blur a folder? I can't directly blur a folder. Okay, that means I have to merge this all down before I can do something with it. What do I want to do with this? Okay, what happens if I blur this without dealing with the layers on top of it? What happens if I do that? Okay, it doesn't mess with... No, I need to merge it down before I blur it. Alright, let me just make a copy of this. Okay. This is original, or... I'm just gonna just merge this version, do that, and we're going to just go ahead and merge like the layers. Then if I blur... Don't know if I made the colors too simple. Okay, so the problem is that I don't actually have a good color contrast on this corner here. Is there a good way to deal with that? I should have put these into folders as well. Let's see. Front. And this is the middle. I have a way of sharpening this corner. Yeah, but I need to sharpen this corner. I'm going to have to go into here and this is definitely not what I want to be doing with this, but it'll get the job done. I think that's the best way I can try and sharpen the corner here. Is this too much on the corner? Was it not enough? This corner is the most problematic because it's very visible. It might be better if I just put shading along this side. Just go... Also, the fact that I'm merging it down and essentially blending it means I don't actually have to be as careful about the colors in a way. Okay, let's see what happens if I try and merge this down instead. Alright, we want to get rid of the line here, do that's close that, and then we merge that. Blur this. Hmm. Okay, I think I'm gonna do it like that. Let's go and add a overlay over the top of the back. Or should I use a warmer color here? Darker color gives the shadows a bit more pop, I think. Okay, so just kind of settle that for now. Let me just put this in another folder. What happens if I just turn this? No, can't do that. Well, let's put this PSA out there for the chat. If you're going to talk about things unrelated to the stream, I am going to ignore you. We've been through this already. What the crap is that? It's not part of this. Is that part of the color here? What is that? It's not part of this. Part of this. Wait, did I lose a line here? Where's what happened to this? Okay. Hmm. 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 Alright, I'm gonna kick you out of here. I've had enough. Why the fuck is the shooter in the way? Alright. Bup, bup, bum, bup, bum. Alright, so we've got the lighting in the back, which means for the boxes here, hmm, hmm, hmm. Hmm. Let me just look at something real quick. Hmm. Hmm. Um. Hmm. 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 Probably being a bit aggressive with the light here. Um. Okay, so we're gonna have some light coming from the outside as well. So shouldn't be overly aggressive, but maybe still a little bit against the edge here. Hmm. 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 Okay, let's see. It's a good thing to actually separate these layers. I can just kind of draw this straight on without worrying. Okay. Why is this? Hmm. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Box and 2. Then we need shadow. Right, we'll darken out the bits between the boxes, because regardless of the light coming in from the front or the back, this will get hit a little bit on both sides. How should we do the actual lighting though? Alright, I should actually also, hold on. Let's see. Cake box. I am looking for the folds. Do they really all fold at the top like that? They folded up a lot more nicely on the top than I thought they would. Which means it's actually not a distinctive lid part of the section, the box section I can really do. Do I need that shadow anywhere else? Not really. I'm making so much lag on the browser. I'm really just like looking at the boxes and trying to decide if there's a way to make the boxes look a little bit more box-like than just a square. Okay, so one thing I could try is, given that boxes usually have an opening, obviously we don't have the detail to be able to really draw the opening at this level or this distance. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to thicken out the line on the side, and I'm also going to thicken out the line at the bottom. So basically, it's as though there's a gap there. Not really, but as though there's a gap there. Might have to go over the lines a little bit as well later with a different color. But that can wait for a bit. Because basically the front bit always folds into the bottom as a lid. So it means that whenever you can see that line, there's a bit of a gap there. It's kind of the effect I want to go. Why is this line so thick? Why is this line? That line supposed to be that thick? Okay, that line. I drew that line really thick. Why did I draw that line so thick? I mean, there's also the corner, so it's not terrible if it's that thick. Another one is to also add a little bit of a dome curve to the top of the box, but I don't know if that will be a little weird to look at, given that I'm essentially on the horizon line, which makes drawing any extra curves incredibly weird. I think I'll just go about that. Because the mess of lines essentially is supposed to make it look like that part of the box can maybe open, or there's a little bit of a gap there. It's not done very well, which is kind of the problem. Let me just redo this completely. Do one line, next to it do a second line, then next to that do a third line. Something like that. They will have to be against the inside side, they can't be going against the front side. I mean, it kind of gives our boxes a little bit more detail. Yeah, that'll do. Alright, now then, so for each of the display pieces, do I not have color there? Oh, whoops. The other part of the display case that's just not colored properly. Everything colored, okay. So one choice is to have a light directly above them on each level, which is more commonplace now than it was probably about 15-20 years ago. Because everything now has to look nice, which actually means that essentially all of these... What? Why? What's wrong with this point? I don't know why I lost some pixels there, but okay. Let me just turn the lines off, that might help. So essentially what will happen is once we have the cream color here, let's see, shade, doesn't want velvet. If the light is coming from the top, then it's just like, why? What is wrong with you? So if the light is coming from the top, that means that any kind of shading that is hitting this cake, essentially, is going to hit it along the edges and not the top. This is the part where it would help a lot if I did all of this in a different layer. Yeah, this is literally why it draws things on different layers. Oh boy. I can just use a grey, can I? Because then it just makes everything like super black. Does it work if I just use a grey? Because I just want to add more grey or more dark colors to this, but it just makes it fully black. Whoop. Or I could just kind of very vaguely do this instead. Okay, if the light is hitting... Okay, so this is the bit where I might have to get a little bit weird, because I need to basically go over the top of at least the red portion here. And I want to apply the bread texture. Why did I do that? It's not this. Alright, this was supposed to be like cream over here. Might be able to just try, instead of using a shading layer, to just try and draw kind of a cream curve onto it directly. Might be a little bit weird. not this. This. I think I need to use some pretty sharp colors here if I want to do that. Now, let me just look up. I actually just use lines to do this. So a lot of these are expressed with just lines, and then maybe some extra depth shading. I don't really have that, which is also a problem. Okay, I think what I actually need to do is draw it directly using lines. I'll either use like a really thin line here. And then do a little bit of a... I don't know what I'm doing. I really don't know what I'm doing. It definitely gives us like some layering, which is vaguely what I need, but it looks pretty horrific. I guess if I melt it down with the opacity a bit, it looks okay. It actually looks okay. If I just do that to the cream where it just has a little bit of texture to it. It's not like super obvious. Maybe I should turn it up a little bit so that it's a bit more obvious from far away. Like just draw some curves into the cream area. Just make it uneven or purposefully uneven in parts, and it just kind of actually works, not too bad. Go right up the edges here. Then we have the combination of the bread texture that kind of works with the cake portion, and also the unevenness of the cream cheese portion of the cake. It kind of works. I still like an actual like shading layer on the actual cake body, but it's kind of difficult to do. Okay, let's go shading. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to not use the wand and use the lasso here. Just do my best to kind of capture where I need it to go. Isn't there a way for me to like remove selection? Was it Alt? Okay, there we go. Oh, that completely annihilates it. That's unfortunate. That's happening by using a different color. It does. Well, it kind of does. Hmm. Really doesn't blend very well, is it? Either it's too grey or it just melts the yellow together. I have to try and just... That just really doesn't work. It's like a little bit of lighting. Just really not sure the best way to go about the side here. Might be better just to kind of put the shading near the bottom instead. There's a little bit right against the edges, and that's as far as I'm going to bring it up. Okay, we'll go with that for these cakes. I really don't know how I feel about it. Okay, so... going to just select the actual cake portion of these as best as we can, which is the brown part. Because apparently Black Forest cakes are almost 90% a single color. Okay, so this is the black forest. Without the fake cherry, which is, for the most part, like 90% of a black forest cake's identity, so we've removed that. I'll effectively get go over this. I want to take the blue, go maybe like here. I do the exact same thing where we kind of want to just like draw in bits of curve portions to kind of break up the evenness of the cake. It's kind of very much break up in random spots. Go with that. Okay, let's see. Alright, then, That's definitely a little bit more aggressive though. Let's just cut into these a little bit, very randomly. Like so. Then do our best to kind of select the brown portion of all of these. Kind of try and supplement it with the lasso if I really can't figure out how to get all of these parts. Okay, so let us go ahead and add yet another bread texture into here. And we'll just go ahead and go... Be nice if this doesn't have to go this way. Okay. Why does it do that? Okay, so then for these things, we're going to just take a white and kind of draw in cream directly into the color layer here. Then, ideally what we want now is to attach yet another bread layer onto here. Where is this? Really nice these textures weren't absolutely gigantic. That's a little aggressive. Almost... Why is it coming out white? I mean, in a way, it kind of looks like the coconut flakes you put on maybe like lamingtons. How much in the world do lamingtons appear? Don't feel like very much. At least I don't feel like I see them very often. It actually gives it an interesting touch. It's a pretty decent texture, all things considered. Either way, for these things, we'll also go ahead and give it a shading layer that basically takes into account its roundness. So we'll just go ahead and go over the top, and then we want to, over the middle portion here, decrease that. Then, where we can, I'd like to get into here. Probably should have done all this before drawing in the cream. And we want to go ahead and just go over that and then lighten that out a little bit. We want to also put the bread texture into there. Maybe we'll put the bread texture in there as well. This is a very interesting texture. The problem is that goes over the cream quite aggressively, but otherwise it's actually fine. Okay, so then we're going to get the actual board underneath. Let's see, yeah, we'll just do this part here. Say display shelf hot shadow, where we're going to have just a plain shadow, which is going to be directly underneath each of these trays. Just gonna very aggressively draw it in, then just remove the bits that stick out a bit too much. No shadow on the top side because it is not going to be visible to the viewer, and there shouldn't be a shadow there anyway. Just do that, do that. And we'll lighten it out right against the edge here, so there's some light coming in from the front. maybe little bit less. Go out there. The shadow might actually be better if it was a bit sharper. I also don't want it to be too aggressive. So... Okay, then... Okay, I think for the front portion of this, we will give it a bit of extra shading. I think we'll try to avoid it on the top. We'll go display shelf edge. We'll take the display case color. We'll saturate it a little bit, and then we'll draw it over the top. Or we could give it a wood varnish of a texture. That's the other choice. But we do have wood textures. That's one way to go about it. Even if we only apply it to the top side, it would still give it at least some extra... Well, I could even give it a fabric texture. How's that feel if I give it a fabric texture? It basically just gives it some texture. Let me actually... Hold on. Let me see if I can find a marble texture. Where's Clip Studio? Alright, this is the part where you can't see what I'm doing, but I am going to go look for a texture asset. What should I search for? Should I search for tile? Tile might work. Okay, that does not work. How about marble? I'm very worried that these are not well, these are already colored. Things that are already colored are really kind of awkward to use. Let's try this. This one's got a lot of downloads. Alright, let's just let that pop in. Don't know how long that really takes. There anything that tells me how long this is taking? It doesn't, does it? It just... Indeed. At least that's the one bit that's easy to replace, right? It's not something inside where you had to make sure it matches up. If it's the peripheral, you just get rid of peripheral. If you really can't save it and just replace it. Is this downloading? I don't know if this is downloading or not. Where is... Please tell me it came underneath my download part. That would be very helpful, came under my download part. Oh, I have a wood grain texture as well. I really can't tell if this is downloaded or not. God damn it. Where does it tell me where the download is happening? It doesn't. Oh, this app. Oh, this app really. Oh, there we go. Alright, so let us say that we have this and we place a marble texture onto it, which melt. Oh, wow, this is super nice. Yeah, this is really nice. It's not super aggressive because you just kind of melt it in and it just gives the shelf a little bit of extra pop. Well, at least it basically changes it so there's not just a single color. Even before the shadow ends up on top of it. Whoop. Then do I still want this edge part? That makes it very yellow. I'm probably going to finish. Like, I feel okay in terms of being able to finish in time. At the very least. I mean, the core part of this drawing is done. Because in the end, I'm still mostly focusing on characters. The stuff at the back is like very practicey and very experimental for me. And as long as it looks better than last time in some way, I'm gonna call that a win. I think a big part of it for me for doing interiors is just how bad I am with lighting. Like, I really don't know what I'm doing with lighting. Okay, I feel like maybe I should have not used the yellow here. It's like the sickening yellow. Put that out of there, maybe. Maybe just go with gray. Or just like a little bit. Oh, you know, Valentine's down this end of the world is just what? Unless you have a significant other, it's just a commercial opportunity for all the businesses to sell a whole bunch of chocolate. I mean, was it the best time to stock up on chocolate as a snack is right after Valentine's for all of the chocolate they couldn't sell, so you know. That feels okay, honestly. Hmm. I mean, I should really give the edge a little bit of a darker color. And also I can reuse this over the top of like every single part here. Because in theory, if there is a light on each of the display cases, it will be the same over all of it. So don't actually have to worry about the actual color differences there. If there is a light, it just basically means that, let's say like there's a light over the top of the things that are on display, you just kind of lighten it right over the top of the each part of the display, taking into account the perspective ruler, and that's basically good enough. The bottom one is probably the bit where there needs to be the most extra shadow, because there's actually substantially big things down here that might actually cover some lighting. You know, we say there's some light coming from the front as well, then that would be a little bit less relevant. Okay, so you know what? I'm just gonna do this part and this part together. Just be lazy. Should have done this all together, but whatever, it's fine. Let us throw down the tile texture. Okay, then we want to take the gray and we want to go into each part and add some shadows. Which basically means that between each of these, we want to probably add a light shadow. Just a little bit, but not too much. Right under this thing. And then just in between all of these. Just do a little bit there. Lightly tap it onto the edge of all of these things. Just lighten that out on the edges, and that's pretty much okay. Also means that if there is a light coming from the display case, that we actually need to add an increased shadow over the three girls, because they'll be in shadow because of the light coming from the display case and coming from the shop. Might be better just to say there's no strong light coming from the back, or from behind the girls, and only say it's coming from in front. Regardless, that will be a overlay that can happen later. Alright, so these things. Okay, let's just use a sharper color here. Let's go a bit here. Can I not get into here, please? Alright, let's just lighten that. Can I get... I really need a different texture for here as well. We kind of give it this like layered texture onto it. It'll be very nice. Let's see, cherry. Let's go ahead and be very aggressive with how we do this part. Say the light is coming from kind of between the parts, so the light will be hitting this side much more than this side, and it won't be hitting underneath. But these are 100% gonna need a refraction, which is probably the most annoying part. With that, and we'll go. I don't have like any kind of jam or something underneath the tarts. Makes them look a little bit weird. Okay, I think I'll just finish up the fruit and then finish up for today. This should really use like multiple layers of shading, but oh dear. Should be like full dark in here. Then we add a refraction using a slightly lighter color. Alright, how do you deal with pineapple slices? What do you really put pineapple slices on these things? Maybe I just don't like pineapples. I don't know how much I would enjoy pineapples on this kind of drier, kind of tart. Maybe it will turn to jam, but I don't know if I enjoy just the pineapple sitting on top of a baked tart. Also, doesn't pineapple have like this kind of stringy like texture on them? Pineapple. I really haven't eaten actual pineapple in a long time. I've had pineapple flavored things, but yeah, it had kind of like the stringy texture to it. What's the best way to do that? Can I use my blur tools for that? Probably not. Actually, can I use my hairbrush tools for that? I might be using one of the hairbrush tools. Because I have some hairbrushes somewhere. I believe. Somewhere. This is what, hair highlight? That really doesn't work very well. What is this? I don't even know what this is. I downloaded a whole bunch of brushes at some point before I was particularly good at doing a lot of things. And honestly, I don't know what half of these things are anymore. These are all clouds. These are all cloud brushes. Can I just use one of these hair highlight brushes? I might be able to just use a hair highlight brush, honestly. Or let's try this. Pineapple. Alright, what happens if I just like take the brush, which is I think very large right now, and just go. It honestly kind of works. Like it gives it that stringy texture of a pineapple. Oh, that actually works so well. It's actually impressive. I mean, it's not pointing the correct way. I'm not too sure how the brush's logic thing works in terms of which way it points, but do I just like go like no? Do I go like this? Yeah, that actually works really well. That actually looks like it's the stringy parts of a pineapple. That's impressive. Did not think it would work like that. Do I want to give it a little bit of refraction as well? Does it need to be shiny? Should probably make the tots a little bit shiny, but Alright, but anyways, we'll finish up here for today. Basically, only the display parts or display case parts really need to be worked on at this point. I think for the back, all I'm literally going to do is go into it and blur or use the blur tools or blend tools to just blur up a whole bunch of the shapes and just see how that feels. Like basically go into some of these parts and literally just go like, oh, that does not work. That doesn't work. What if I blur? The blend doesn't work, then what's about blur? Oh, that kind of works. Just like kind of blur out the colors even more than they already are. So that the colors really meld together in the back. Like we'll have some like mildly defined shapes, but otherwise the shapes don't have to be particularly defined. So maybe also have this be a much darker color. Let me just try that actually. But just take a very dark overlay color and just put it into the back. It kind of also gives it the darker kind of light texture. Who knows? That's something I'll have to work on as we go along. Alright, so anyways, thank you very much for watching today's session of drawing, coloring, mostly coloring, some line fixes, and also the background color. If you want to see more of this down the line, remember to follow or subscribe to where you're watching from. Leave a like, cause I'll see you, and just see you all next time.